You call that a swing? Unhand my friend, knave!
Why don't you make us, if you and that toothpick of a sword even can?
What shall we do, my prince? We teach them that tormenting the innocent is not a hobby that comes without its price.
Are you hurt?
No, ma'am. Thank you. What a striking figure. Just who is she? Monika.
Laika! Thank the Father you're all right.
I'm sorry to worry you, Hans.
Don't be. This wasn't your fault. And you, Sir Alec. Words will forever fail to capture my gratitude for what you've done this day.
We'll never forget this, brave hero.
Please, your continued safety is thanks enough. Our role in this is concluded, my lady. I trust you'll see them to sound shelter.
Whatever Kerr has claimed you're not but a reclusive coward, they're dead wrong. I suppose that's what I get for believing rumors. Forgive me, Prince Alain.
You must have me confused. I'm...
Champion of the rebel army and lost son of Queen Elenia. I'm well aware.
Enlighten me, Monika. If you knew Alain was the prince, why did you leave us to dispatch those rogues by ourselves?
You speak as though you have no blame in the matter. Or do you greet all your acquaintances with such shameless detachment?
You know her, Clive?
In a manner of speaking, yes. The woman before you is Lady Monika, beloved granddaughter to Cornia's own Marquis Nordheim. And though the affair is years since buried, by a compact reached between the Marquis and mine own grandfather, the Count, She was my fiancée as well.
This is a great deal to grasp.
Ex-fiancé would be more accurate, Your Highness. As for you, Clive, I've no doubt you're aware of the shadow your liberation antics cast over my family. Zenoira confiscated our territory, stripped us of our title, and what scant land we were seen fit to retain stood on the farthest fringes of the entire kingdom.
Monika, I'm sorry. I never meant for any of this.
And I never asked for your apology. It's as you say, long buried neath the sands of time. In any case, our land now rests firmly in Zenoira's steeled fist, and I haven't the authority to let the Liberation cross it.
But...
Oh, don't look at me like that. We all know the tale. Yesterday's fiancé becomes today's foe.
a story as tragic as it is trite. But I've made my peace with what must be done.
Then prove it. You've shod this horse, now show me how you ride. Though a suggestion, if I may. Don't stay your hand. One false step, and you'll find yourself the freshest corpse in the body pit. Just like those rogues before you. What word of the rebels?
Still quartered in Saint-Lariche, ma'am. But they'll be prepared to march at any moment, by my estimate.
Then we resolve to face them head-on. Give word of such to any man or woman fit for battle. Whoever brings me the heads of these insurgents can name their reward.
Yes, ma'am.
Stare any harder and you'll pierce clean through me. Do you object, Matthias?
Indeed I do.
Clive and this liberation of his mean to threaten us into submission, and resist Zenoira rule besides. My judgment is sound. I'm certain of it.
I've served beneath you a great many years, my liege. A decade past, you would have clutched the mantle of freedom even tighter than Sir Clive does now. And I suspect that fire in your belly burns yet brighter than you'd have me believe.
We both know the inferno such flame can bring. The other noble houses had long held us in kind esteem. Yet when Grandfather refused to bend the knee to Galerius, they forsook us like we were common swine. In the end, his banishment and the confiscation of our lands were the price we paid for survival. If one as proud and dignified as he could be dragged to such depths, I dare not imagine myself immune.
My liege.
The territory stripped from us is now lorded over by aristocrats loyal to the might of Zenoira. But they spurn proper leadership and grow fat off the very lifeblood of our citizens. Far too many have suffered as it stands. I won't condemn still more to the slaughter. Even if it means cutting Clive down myself. another time, another life, perhaps this could have all gone differently. Ah, Clive. A pity it is to see you here. Yet pity shall not spare you my blade. Now, come. Your blood will wash clean the Nordheim name.
Let us see if you can uphold that boast.
We stand to gain nothing from this bloodshed, Lady Monika. I implore you, withdraw your soldiers.
Your breath is wasted on such feeble words, Prince. But if you want to hear the voice of true strength, listen well. There shall be no surrender. It seems the rumors spoke true. Very well. I admit defeat. Well met, Prince. I surrender. My life is yours to claim, should you but promise to let my soldiers free.
I'll promise nothing. We come for peace, not blood. Now, the rostrum is yours, Clive. Go on.
What could you possibly have left to say to me?
Only the truth, Monika. Marquis Nordheim is a key benefactor to the liberation.
He what?
In our fledgling days, we had no backing to speak of, and not to fill our coffers but dust and cobwebs. Until, that is, your grandfather took it upon himself to fund our development. By his words, he'd much sooner see his wealth invested in Cornea's future than stripped barren by its captors.
You mean to say this struggle lacked purpose? To tell me now at its conclusion?
I do not. What remains of your noble house could never risk having its fealty questioned by its Zenoiran masters. Hence, the Marquis sent us here. They will hear you fought valiantly, and were left with no choice but to capitulate.
Wonderful. A drama to rival the scripts of the masters, and I the only one to improvise her lines. 'Tis entirely too believable, coming from that old fox. But should my grandfather wish it, I've no place to disagree. Grant me permission to join the cause, Your Highness.
Any objections, Clive?
Not a one. The Marquis knew all along how this would play out. Questionable though his methods may be, the man clearly bears a vast and profound love for his granddaughter.
Then we mustn't do that love a disservice. Not to mention our dire need of reinforcements. Come with us, Monika, and strike true your blade for the liberation.
You shall know none truer. And mind you don't meet its edge yourself, my former betrothed.
Then we mustn't betray it by thrusting her upon the battlefield. We have need of you here, Monika. You mentioned it yourself. Zenoira's reign of terror has disrupted the lives of countless citizens under your charge. They deserve a kind hand such as yours to guide them, and I shall rest easy knowing they have it.
Would that you didn't frame it so warmly. I've little choice but to accept when the duty comes adorned in such praise. I swear it upon the honor of House Nordheim. These lands shall know no finer steward. In return, claim victory for us all, Your Highness.